So today I am going to read chapter number 17, the teachings of Kunti Maharani, and the chapter's name is Lightening the Burden of the World. Let me check once again. Am I live or not? Yes. Hare Krishna. So the chapter's name is Lightening the Burden of the World. Bharavtarananye भुवो नव इवूढवो सिद्धन्तया भूरि भरेण जतो है आत्मा भुवार्तितः भारवावतारन्ये भुवो नव इवोढवो सिद्धन्तया भूरि भारेण जतो हया आत्मा bhuvartitah. Others say that the world, being overburdened like a boat at sea, is much aggrieved. Light, पीछे वाली light. Being overburdened at sea, like a boat at sea. Others say that the world, being overburdened like a boat at sea, is much aggrieved, and that Brahma, who is your son, prayed for you, and you have appeared to diminish the trouble. Others say that the world, being overburdened like a boat at the sea, is much aggrieved, and that Brahma, who is your son, prayed for you, and you have appeared to diminish the trouble. So Kunti Devi is telling why, what is the cause of his appearance in this material world? Why would Krishna appear when he is unborn? Brahma is directly the son of the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Father, and who was not put into the womb of a mother. Therefore, he is known as Atma Bhu. This Brahma is in charge of further creations in the universe, secondarily reflected by the potency of the omnipotent. Within the halo of the universe, there is a transcendental planet known as Shwetadeep, which is the abode of Kshirodakshay Vishnu, the Paramatma feature of the Supreme Lord. Whenever there is trouble in the universe that can not be solved by the administrative demigods, they approach Brahmaji for a solution. And if it is not even solved by Brahmaji, then Brahmaji consults with and prays to the Kshirodakshay Vishnu for an incarnation and solution to the problems. Such a problem arose when Krishna and others were ruling over the earth. Kams and others were ruling over the earth, became too much overburdened by the misdeeds of Asuras. Brahmaji, along with other demigods, prayed at the shore of the Shirodak ocean, and they were advised of the descent of Krishna as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. Shirodak ocean. So some people say that the Lord appeared because of the prayers of Brahmaji. Kunti Devi is describing the different statements of different persons about why Krishna appears. Some say that he appeared at the request of Vasudeva and Devaki, and some say that he appeared at the request of Brahma. Kunti, Kunti Maharani is describing different statements of different persons why Krishna appears. Some say that he appeared request at the request of Vasudeva and Devaki, and some say he appeared at the request of Brahma. Bharvaavatar ananye bhuvo nava ivo dahu. Some say that he appeared just to reduce the burden of the world, which was overburdened like a boat at sea. When the world is overburdened, there must be a war, pestilence, famine, epidemics, and so on. This is nature's law. The earth floats in space among many billions of other planets, all of them bearing huge mountains and oceans. It floats because Krishna enters into it. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Gammavishya, he enters the atom. The earth is certainly not weightless, rather, it is very heavy, but it floats because the Supreme Spirit is within it. Everything is lightened by the presence of spirit. One's body will float in water as long as one is alive, but as soon as the spirit leaves the soul, the body immediately sinks. As long as child is alive, we can take it along by one hand, but when the child is dead, it is heavy. So now we are heavy, but when we are spiritually advanced, we will be free from impediments. Now we cannot fly in the air, but the spirit soul is so light that when freed from the body, it can go within a second to Vaikuntha Loka, the spiritual world. Tvaktva punarjanma naiti mameti. So Arjuna, why then does the world become overloaded? It becomes overloaded due to the presence of demons, those who are against devotional service. When Mother Earth feels this load to be heavy, Krishna comes just to unburden the earth. If a ship is overloaded, its position is very dangerous, for it may sink at any moment. Therefore, when Mother Earth felt too much uncomfortable because of being overloaded with demons, Siddhantya Bhuri Bharena, she approached Brahma, the chief living beings within this universe. When there is a need, the chief possibilities in the universe approach personalities in the universe approach Brahma, who approaches Vishnu to ask he reduce whatever the burden is. Then Vishnu or Krishna appears as the incarnation, as stated in Bhagavad Gita. यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharat, and a predominant rise of religion, at the time I descend myself. When there is too much lawlessness and there are too many criminals, the state becomes overburdened and disturbed. And the state administrators are puzzled about what to do. Similarly, let me read again. When there is too much lawlessness and there are too many criminals, the state becomes overburdened and disturbed. And the state administrators are puzzled about what to do. Similarly, when the world is overrun by demons and atheists, they create a burden. And the demigods, the pious administrators of this universe, become perplexed. When the people of a state abide by the laws, administration is easy. But if the people are criminals, they are overburdened. When the people of a state abide by the laws, Administration is easy, but if people are criminals, they overburden the state administrators. And a similar situation sometimes upsets the balance of cosmic affairs of this material world. Both the demons and the demigods always exist. But when demoniac power increases, the world is overburdened. It is then that the demigods approach Lord Brahma for assistance. Lord Brahma is one of the 12 authorities known as Dwadasha Mahajan. Swayambhur Narada Shambhu कुमारः कपिलो मनुः प्रह्लादो जनक भीष्म बालीर्भयिष्याक्षीरवायम् व्यासाकीरवायम् भागवतम 6.3.20 साक्षादरित्वेन समस्त्रशास्त्रै उक्तस्तथा भाव्यतेव सब्धि किन्तु प्रभोर्य प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरा श्रीचरणारविन्दम्. I remember Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj, who are a very expert in Shastras, very much expert, who know every line and essence of the Shastras. And so I remember them, I worship their lotus feet. स्वयंभू नारदः शंभु कुमारः कपिलो मनु प्रह्लादो जनको भीष्मो बलि बालीर वैश्याकी Vayam. We have to follow the Mahajans, the great authorities, if we want to receive transcendental knowledge. The Vedic injunction is Tad Vijnanartham Sagurum Eva Vibhagachet. Tadvijnanartham sagurum eva bhigachet. If one wants to be in knowledge of everything, one must approach a guru, bona fide authority, a spiritual master. The original guru is Krishna. As Krishna taught Arjuna, he also taught Brahma. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavye. तेने ब्रह्मा हृदय या आदि कवये तेने ब्रह्मा हृदय आ तेने हिमा तेने ब्रह्मा हृदय आदि कवये. The Srimad Bhagavatam describes the original source of the creation, and this should be the actual subject matter of our research work. What is the original source of creation? Janmadi asya yatha. The original source of everything is the source of Janma, Sthiti, and Pralaya, creation, maintenance, and dissolution. Our body has taken a birth at certain date. In the Srimad Bhagavatam describes the original source of creation, and this should be the actual subject matter of our research work. What is the original source of creation? Janmadi asya yatha. The original source of everything, the source of Janma, Sthiti, Pralaya, creation, maintenance, and dissolution. Our body has taken birth at a certain date. It lasts for some years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, or whatever, according to the body, and then it will be finished. Where did this body come from, and when it is destroyed, where will it go? There are scientific laws concerning the conservation of energy. What is the source of that energy? There is a source. Yato va imani bhutani jayante. Yato va imani bhutani jayante. And that source is identified in Srimad Bhagavatam. The source is not blind. Rascals think that everything has come from nothing. But how can something come from out of nothing? There is no proof that such a thing happens. But fools claim that it does, and therefore they are blind. What is the nature of original source when from whom everything has come, in whom everything exists, and within whom everything will enter? The Bhagavatam says, Janmadiyasya yato anavyad itaratascharatha abhijanah जन्मादियस्य यतो अनव्याद् इतारतस्त इतारतत्सा इदा इतारतस चरतेष्वभिजानः. The word abhijana indicates that the supreme source of everything is completely conscious. It is not blind or unconscious. It is not. It has not come out of nothing. The word jnana means knowledge and abhi means specific. We have inadequate knowledge of where we have come from and where we shall go after death. And therefore we are not abhigyana, supremely conscious. But supreme conscious is abhigyana. He is not stone or a void. How could he be? The creation itself is evidence of the consciousness of Supreme. The creation itself is the evidence of the consciousness of Supreme. Everyone can approach the cosmic manifestation, and how nicely it is working. The sun and moon rise exactly on time, without deviating even one thousandth of a second. And the seasons change in the same way, bringing with them fruits, flowers, in the way entire cosmic manifestation is going on in very orderly, systematic way. So unless there is some abhigyana, some very clever intelligence who knows everything, how could all this have been created? Some people say that all this has come from nothing. What is this nonsense? Can such creation come from nothing? Does this idea show very good reasoning? The Bhagavatam says no. The Bhagavatam tells us that everything comes from a person who is abhigyana, very intelligent and experienced and original intelligent person transmitted knowledge to Adi Kavi. The original created being, Lord Brahma, Tene Brahma Hidaya Adi Kavye. Brahma, the original created being, has an original source. So, and he is in contact with that source. We understand that we get knowledge from another person with whom we are face to face. But when Brahma was created, he was alone. Therefore, how did he receive knowledge? That is explained in the Bhagavatam. Tene Brahma Hrida. The word Hrida means through the heart. The Supreme Person, Paramatma, is within the heart of every living being, including Brahma. Therefore, although Brahma was alone, he received knowledge dictated by Supreme. The word Brahma means Vedic knowledge. Thus, the Vedic knowledge was given first to Brahma. So, it is stated in the Brahma Samhita that how did Brahma appear? Who is the first original personality? What shlokas did Brahma quote after knowing? And what mantra did he get? It is stated. The Vedic knowledge is given to everyone because Krishna is within everyone's heart. Sarvasya chaham hridaya sannivishtaha. But one must be qualified to receive that knowledge. Krishna helps us by giving knowledge both from within as the super soul Chaitya Guru, and from without as the spiritual master. So Krishna is providing everything. Sakshadaritvena samastra shastre. Guru Maharaj is also Krishna. And inside he tells us as the Paramatma feature Chaitya Guru. He is also telling us everything. How did we get here? Because something from the inside has inspired us. It is Krishna simply. Brahma received knowledge from Krishna and distributes that Vedic knowledge. And therefore he is an authority. There are four sampradayas or chains of disciplic succession through which Vedic knowledge is distributed. One from Brahma, one from Lakshmi, one from Lord Shiva, or one from the Kumaras, four Kumaras. We have to approach an authoritative representative of Krishna appearing in one of these sampradayas, and then we can receive the real knowledge. Thus, the earth personified approached Brahma, who prayed to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The world is now overburdened with demons, and therefore I request you to appear. Some say, therefore, the Lord appeared at the request of Brahma, that he lightened the burden of the world. When Krishna appears, he protects the devotees and kills the demons. Therefore, Krishna in his Narayan form has four hands. In two hands, he holds down a disc and a club with, with which to kill the demons, and in other two hands he holds the conch shell and lotus with which he to bless the protect and devotees. Lord says, Kaunteya pratijanati pratijanati name bhaktya pranashyati. Thus, Krishna buggles with his conch shell. Lord Krishna says, Kaunteya pratijanati name bhaktya pranashyati. Krishna buggles with his conch shell, my devotees will never be vanquished. And with the lotus flower, he extends his blessing. The lotus flower, which sometimes also appeared in the hand of Lakshmi, is a symbol of blessings. Now, some may say that Krishna appeared for this purpose or that purpose, but the real conclusion is that Krishna appears for his own pleasure, not because he is bound by any other cause. We take birth because we are bound by our own karma. But Krishna, being fully independent, does not care because of someone else's request or because of karma. Rather, he comes down by his own free will. Atma Mayaya. We are compelled to take birth because of Krishna's external material energy. But Krishna is not controlled by the Maya or energy of anyone else, and therefore he does not take birth in such a condition. Maya is the illusory energy, is under control of Krishna. So, how could Maya control him? One thinks, one who thinks that Krishna, like us, is controlled by Maya is described in Bhagavatam Gita as Mudha, a fool. Avjanati mam mudha manushim tanumashritam. Avjnanati mam mudha manushim tanumashritam. Krishna is the original Narayan, the original source of entire cosmic manifestation. Brahma, or the first living being born just after the creation, is the direct son of Narayan, who is as Garbhodakshay Vishnu. First, he entered the material universe. Without spiritual contact, matter cannot create. Those who are seeking the original cause of the material creation should know that creation takes place when spirit soul is present. Matter is activated by spirit soul. It is not that soul is created by matter. Very important. According to the Buddhist theory, the living force, the living entity, the living energy we all have is created by material conditions. At present moment, the entire world is influenced by this Buddhist theory. The actual fact, however, is that matter develops because of the presence of the living force. We can understand this very easily. After a child is born, he grows and he develops, his body develops. But if the child is born dead, if the spirit soul is not present, the body will not develop. Therefore, the spirit is the basis for development of matter and not vice versa. Why does a dead child cannot grow? Because the spirit is not present. A tree grows as long as there is life in it. We shall sow some small seed of banyan tree, in good soil and favor it with water. It will grow because the spirit soul is present. But if we were to fry such a seed in fire, then sow it would fail to grow because the spirit soul is not there. It has left the seed. Matter grows and develops because of the presence of spirit soul, and this principle has been followed from the very beginning of creation. At the beginning of creation, the supreme spirit entered the universe, and the first living being Brahma was born on a lotus flower grown from the transcendental abdomen of Vishnu. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. See how amazingly he is explaining us. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Accepting that the lotus on which Brahma was born is matter. I want to read it again. At the beginning of creation, Supreme Spirit entered the universe. At first living being, Brahma was born on a lotus flower grown from the transcendental abdomen of Vishnu. Accepting that the lotus on which Brahma was born is matter, we should understand that it is also grown from spirit. Therefore, spirit is the basis of creation. Because the lotus flower on which Brahma is born is grown from the navel of Vishnu, Lord Vishnu is known as Padmanabha. Padmanabha. Brahma is known as Atmabhu because he was begotten directly from the father, Narayan or Vishnu, without the contact of Mother Lakshmi Ji. Lakshmi Ji was present near Narayan, not engaged in the service of Lord, but still without contact with Lakshmi Ji, Narayan begot Brahma. That is omnipotency of Lord. When we want to beget a child, we need help of a wife because we cannot beget a child alone. But Krishna, Lord Vishnu, produced Lord Brahma without the help of his wife Lakshmi, although she was present because he is not dependent on anything. One who foolishly considers Narayan to be like other living beings should take a lesson from this. Very important. The Vedic literature forbids one to think that other living beings are on equal level with Narayan or Lord Vishnu. Yastu Narayanam Devam Brahma Rudradi Devatah Samatved Samatvena Samatvena Viksheta Sapashandi Vedadhurvam Yastu Narayanam Devam Brahmarudradidevatah Sammateva Evaneva Viksheta Shapashandi Bhave Dhruvam. Someone who has invented the word Daridra Narayan trying to show that Narayan has become poor and the beggar who comes on to took my door to beg is also Narayan. This is not authorized in Vedic literature. Narayan is master of Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, and only fools think that he somehow becomes poverty stricken Rascals say that Narayan, Brahma, Shiva, all the demigods, you and I, everyone else are all on the same level. Srila Prabhupada, best example. Perfect. Huh? Who is the best roaster? Srila Prabhupada. This is foolishness. Narayan is Ashmadruva. This means that no one can be equal to or greater than him. Therefore, Krishna himself, the original Narayan, says in Bhagavad Gita, Mattah paratmaram. Sorry. Mattah parataramam nanyat. Mattah parataram nanyat. There is no one superior to me, nor is anyone equal to him. The word Ashama means that no one, Asama, means no one is equal to him, or Anudhrava, Anurdhava means no one is greater than him. This is the position of the Lord. Yes, this is the actual position of the Lord. Narayan is not an ordinary living being. He is the personality of Godhead himself. And he has all the potencies of all the senses in all parts of his transcendental body. Let me read again. Lord Narayan is not an ordinary living being. He is personality of Godhead himself. And he has all the potencies of all senses in all parts of his transcendental body. An ordinary living being begets a child by sexual intercourse and has no other means to beget a child than the other designed for him. But Narayan is all powerful and therefore he can beget a child from his navel. Every part of his body has full potency. As explained in Brahma Samhita, Angani yasya sakalendriya vittimanti. Angani yasya sakalendriya vittimanti. For example, I can see with my eyes, but Krishna can also eat with his eyes. Foolish rascals say, you are offering food to Krishna, but what has he eaten? It is still there. He has not eaten anything. Such people do not know that Krishna can eat just by seeing, for he can do anything with any part of his transcendental body. When a washerman refused to supply cloth in Mathura, Lord Krishna displayed his transcendental potency by cutting off the man's head with his hand. How was this possible? It was possible by Lord's omnipotence. Let me read again. When a washerman refused to supply cloth to Krishna in Mathura, Lord Krishna displayed his transcendental potency by cutting off the man's head with his hand. How was it possible? It was possible by Lord's omnipotence. Don't worry, he will be, he is under the supreme protection always. The Lord is complete and independent to do anything and everything by his various potencies. This is explained in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam by the words Abhigyana Shvarat Swarat. The word Swarat indicates that he is self sufficient, does not depend on anyone. That is qualification of God. Nowadays there are so many self proclaimed incarnation of God. But as soon as they have some toothache, immediately they say, oh doctor, help me, save me. If you are God, save yourself. Why go to a doctor? Such people are rascals and they make it very difficult to spread Krishna consciousness. The whole world is now overburdened by such rascals and demons, and therefore the atom bomb is waiting for them by the will of the Supreme. Oh Krishna, so heavy, so heavy. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नित्य नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada has given so many nectarian pastimes. I will thank Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Srila Prabhupada, for giving us everything. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.